The aliens. Who are they? Do they come from other planets? Do they come from outside worlds? Just who exactly are they? And are they what they want us to believe? I will explain more along the way. For decades, if not centuries, we have been told that these aliens come from other planets. We have been told that they come from outside worlds. We have been told and lied to that they come from extraterrestrial beings and that they are extraterrestrials. We are told that they are not of this world. We are told that they are out of this world. But how true is that? Is that the truth? And who are they exactly? We will uncover this mystery and more ahead. Now, it's no surprise that everywhere we look in mainstream media and TV, we see the exact same thing. We see the push for aliens. We see the push for these extraterrestrials. Could it be because our government is getting us ready for something? Could it be because they are getting ready for disclosure? Or according to Dr. Carol Rawson, the last card? More on that to come. But don't take my word for it, please don't. Because movies such as E.T. and other popular movies featuring aliens and intergalactic travel also point to the same agenda. Could Hollywood be propagandizing us for something? And exactly what are they propagandizing us for? And why the push for this? Why all the millions of dollars for this one seemingly little concept? Could there be a more nefarious agenda at play here? Like I said, there's no surprise or coincidence that Hollywood is getting us ready and readying us for this deception that is about to come upon us and about the aliens. But just who are these aliens and where do they really come from? And are they what they say they are, and what are we to believe? Because last I checked, they are even telling us who they are in the word alien alone. Can you see the word in the middle of alien? I can. I see they are a lion because I see the word lie in alien. You cannot have the word alien without the word lie. So what are they lying to us about then? Could they be lying to us? And what is the lie? The lie that your government will not tell you is that what? These aliens and so-called UFOs, they're not really aliens. They are the fallen angels. They are the demons. And who are these demons and these fallen angels? They were the ones who transgressed against the Creator Yahuwah in the beginning of times. And because of that, they were the ones who rebelled. They are the rebellious ones. But just how deep does it go? What else did they do? During the times of the Bereshith or Genesis, they were the ones who came down and mated with other women and placed their seed in other women and created what's called the Nephilim, the Anunnaki, the giants, and other disgusting wicked creatures and even prehistoric creatures that you have seen that they have altered because they have altered human DNA and with animal DNA. We will talk about that more as the video progresses. Now, if we know these creatures are not really extraterrestrials, that they're not really aliens, that they are a lion, and that they are the fallen angels, and that they are the demons, then what are we to believe? Then that lets us know that A, they cannot come from other planets because these planets do not exist, and we know that Hollywood is propagandizing us for the disclosure, but we also know that they never left because there are no outside worlds that they are coming from. They are disguising as aliens. So we know for a fact that they are being used for a more nefarious agenda at play. And just what is that nefarious agenda, you may be wondering? I am going to tell you just what that nefarious agenda is. You see, your government has been working very hard to cover this information up. They don't want you to know this information because the information they tell you is disinformation. And we know for a fact that your government is going to play a role with this so-called disclosure because whether you know it or not, but your government is working with these very creatures, these fallen angels and demons, in order to bring about the New World Order, in order to bring about the satanic one world government. And what they're doing is they are getting, in exchange for power, in exchange for all the power of the world via the UN, they are receiving the fallen angels, the so-called aliens, they're receiving their technology, they're receiving their knowledge. They're receiving all of their weapons and ammo and ammunition. They're receiving all of this information and insight from the fallen angels because they're working with the fallen angels underground, even as we speak. And what is happening? What are they doing? Well, that not only are they modifying and altering the DNA to create these disgusting creatures that have not been seen since the time of Noah, if not before, but they are also doing other disgusting, wicked things behind closed doors and responsible for human trafficking, sex trafficking, child trafficking, and the sort, as well as these blood sacrifices to Satan himself, because we have to remember Satan is a fallen angel, the angel of light. So what's the big push here? What's the big agenda? What is the big idea, and why the cover up? Why won't your government come out and tell you this? Because it is about mind control, and they do not want you to know the truth. But remember, the truth shall set you free. The truth shall make you free. So we know for a fact that these fallen angels, these creatures right here that you see, are working with your government, and they are gathering information, and that they are gathering and extracting human DNA in order to control them via the so-called alien abductions. When you hear about alien abductions, it is not aliens that are abducting you, it is the fallen angels. And they are the ones behind this. And I'm going to tell you just what they are about to do. We know your government has been working behind closed doors with them, but what is going to happen next? Well, they are working with your government and the UN, the United Nations, to set up and build up the satanic agenda, the New World Order. And I'm going to tell you how they're going to do it, because there's a set of rules in place that they have to adhere to. We know they're about to bring about the New World Order, the one world religion, and the one world government, which is a satanic kingdom, via the UN and all the alphabet soups, the CIA, the FBI, the Trilateral Commission, the Bilderbergs, the Jewish Zionists. They are all involved. The elite are involved with this, and they've been planning this for many years, multiple years, if not that. But just how are they going to bring about this agenda? How are they going to bring about this shift? Exactly what are they going to do? And how are they going to initiate such a scheme? A scheme that has been hidden from you for the longest. Like I have said, nothing new is under the sun. In order for this plan to work, you have to be under subliminal mind control. And the only way they can put you under mind control and hypnosis is if you think that what you see on TV is entertainment. If you think that E.T. is entertainment. If you think that the movie Alien is entertainment. If you think that all these movies, Interstellar and the like, are entertainment, when they are in fact not, because they are about to reveal to you what they are doing. And if you have not watched the movie The Fifth Wave, I suggest you do, because that is exactly what is about to take place. So what is about to happen? Your president, your lovely president, is about to come up onto the screen and reveal the alien disclosure. And they are about to say through your government that, oh my goodness, we have just made contact with aliens. We've just made contact with other life form from other planets. We have just made contact with aliens. That is what they are about to tell you. And when they tell you this, they're going to say that we need to merge as a one world government. We need to merge as a new world order. They may not use these words verbatim, but they are going to say that we need to come together and combat this threat worldwide. This is a worldwide threat. This is a worldwide global problem. And in order to attain sustainability, we need to merge together and fight off this threat. But the only way this threat, this so-called threat, will work, because we know it is a rumor of war, is if you accept that this is in fact aliens or outside creatures from other planets, when we know better, because we know the big agenda behind it. And how are they going to do this? What is one of the ways they're going to bring about the New World Order? You see, a New World Order is useless without the one world government, without the one world religion. How are they going to bring about the one world religion? Through Project Bluebeam. You can look up my video, Project Bluebeam, which I will link below, and you will see that Project Bluebeam has 4 infamous steps of how they want to unveil their New World Order. And the 4th step is the so-called alien deception, the so-called aliens coming and invading from some other planet in order to merge into a one world government. But Project Bluebeam will be the unveiling of who? The false messiah. Because if you're more acceptable and susceptible to accepting the aliens, you will be more susceptible to accepting who? The false messiah, which will be holographic lasers and imaging. That is what is about to take place. That is what they are getting you ready for. They are getting you ready for disclosure. Now, don't be surprised when this alien disclosure takes place, because that is what your government is vehemently preparing for, and do not be fooled. Now, earlier I mentioned about cloning centers and underground bases where the fallen angels who are posing as the aliens are, even as we speak, where they are conducting tests and military tests with your military and your government in order to bring about this new world order, the satanic one world government and one world religion. But why is this important? What else are they testing underground? Besides cloning, what else are they responsible for? Like I said, they're responsible for DNA tampering and the modification of the DNA and chimerism. These wicked, disgusting animal-human hybrids that you are seeing is courtesy the fallen angels. And what are they going to do? First, they will come and pose as aliens with their mutated offsprings, and then they will tell you that, oh, we are the ones who created technology. We have given you all this technology. We have given you your weapons. We are your gods. You must serve us. You will serve us, because with us, we can make you immortal. We can give you knowledge. We have all the knowledge and can give it to you. Because they're going to push evolution and say that you can evolve from man to alien. They are going to use this propaganda on you to accept the forbidden fruit, just as Adam and Eve. See how nothing has changed? See how it's the same thing as back then? See how nothing new is under the sun? I hope you are getting this and seeing this. Because when the alien disclosure is set to take place, these so-called aliens, who are in fact the fallen angels, will come onto the earth, will come and say that, and try to say that we are your gods and we have given them technology and that you must bow down to us, when really, because of the Most High, we have technology, and because of the Most High, I'm able to get out information like this to you today. But what are they going to do? They're going to try to twist that and say that they are the reasons for it. Not only that, but how does this relate to chimerism? How does this relate to the human-animal hybrids that you've been hearing about and the cloning centers? This has a lot to do with it, because when they come onto the scene, they're going to try to make a threat, and you are going to start seeing certain creatures and animals that you have never seen before, and it's not going to be a good thing. Be surprised or fooled when you start to see creatures like these, creatures that have blend with human animal DNA modification and control, because they're going to start unleashing these creatures. They're going to start unleashing these Nephilim, the offspring of the fallen angels. They're going to make it seem as though that they come from some other planet or some other world, but really this is just mutations from the fallen angels with Yahuwah's perfect creatures gone wrong. And that is exactly what they are going to do. And don't be surprised if they look like this, have both human and animal features on them, because they're going to try to do it in order to control and enslave, and they're going to try to do it so that they can fulfill the goal of the new world order. And by the way, if you don't think these creatures are here right now roaming the earth today, think again, because your government has many Area 51s and area bases that are kept private and secret, where they don't want you to know that this is in fact what's going on. Your government has hidden bases and hidden areas where these creatures reside, even in islands and different places like that, but you don't know about it because they're keeping it a secret. And when they unleash and unveil it during the alien disclosure, then you will see exactly what I am talking about. You will start to see creatures like this, but just know that it comes from the fallen angels, that it is the offspring of the fallen angels, just like the days of Noah. It's no different, is it? It's the exact same thing. Interesting, huh? Nothing new is under the sun. The fallen angels were doing this in the time of Egypt. They were doing this in the time of Babylon. They were even doing this in the time of the Moshiach. But what have they done? They have tricked and fooled people into thinking that they are from out of this world, when really we know better than that. When you start to see the grays and the fallen angels come onto the scene and their offspring, just know that their wicked creatures will be with them. Don't be surprised if you start to see flying dragons and flying snakes. Don't be surprised if you start to see rats with wings. Don't be surprised if you start to see bats with long tails. Don't be surprised if you start to see any type of weird, disgusting giant creatures. And don't be surprised if you start to see giants as well, because they are even showing us and getting us ready and preparing us for what is to come. And what is to come? The satanic new world order that they are vehemently pushing and getting ready for. This closure is coming, folks, and it will not be good when it gets here, but will you be able to spiritually discern what is to come? Will you be in a spiritual mindset to know what exactly is to come? Because it is even coming, it is even at the door. So when you hear about alien abductions or contact with aliens, just know that you did not have a contact with some extraterrestrial being from out of this world. You had a contact with a fallen angel. You had contact with the demon, the demigod. But Satan knows that his time is up. Satan knows that judgment is even at the door, and Satan knows that he only has one last time and one last attempt to fool and deceive the entire world, and this is how he plans on doing it. But will you be awoke to what is to come? Because when judgment starts to get here, as we are getting closer to the end of days, and as things start to unravel and the plan for the New World Order starts to unveil, you will see just exactly how it will play out. Like I said, what must our government do in order to convince us that this stuff is going to happen, in order to convince us that these are aliens, or so-called aliens? At least that's what they want us to believe. Well, first, what do they have to do? They first have to shut down all the system and shut down the infrastructure and shut down everything through either an EMP or a CME, or one of the sorts, that they're going to blame on Russia in order to start World War III. When this happens, all of the banks will shut down. You will not be able to get food anywhere or anymore, and there will be nowhere for you to go. And then this will be their agenda to place you into these FEMA camps. When that starts to happen, and when there's sudden destruction, as spoken of in Thessalonians, you can read about that in scripture. Then what happens? Because we know with the calls of peace and safety have been ringing the alarm bells longer and longer and longer. So when that happens, then what? Then there's going to be sudden destruction. There's going to be earthquakes and staged earthquakes, staged man-made pandemics. We already see that with the man-made pandemic of the Zika virus, that they're all of a sudden spreading. There's going to be wars and rumors of wars, like rumors of the war on terrorism, the war on extremism, which aren't even actual wars. There's going to be more man-made natural disasters, hurricanes, flooding, tornadoes, all of the sort. And there's going to be even more riots and race riots, because we know our military is vehemently preparing for these race riots and civil unrest in America itself, because they're working with the fallen angels and the demons even as we speak. And when that happens, and when there is so much destruction and so much chaos, then what do they do? Order out of chaos. How will they establish order? Through the Project Bluebeam, through the false Messiah, which will come as Jesus Christ, which will be the image of the beast, which will be Satan himself. But don't get it twisted, because he will come as all the other pagan gods as well, as Buddha and Muhammad and Krishna. You can find more about that in Project Bluebeam. And when that happens, then he will try to bring peace on earth and try to convince all of us that they have come from other planets, and that the UFOs are spaceships, when they are really just the vehicles that the angels drive in. You can read about that in the book of Ezekiel. When you understand how spiritual all this is, you start to see that there is not much time. They are vehemently pushing to this new world satanic agenda, because they know judgment is at the door. But if you can be in a spiritual mindset and discern ahead of time, then you will be protected. Seek Yahuwah and his true son Yahusha, your Passover lamb. Seek the law, statutes, and commandments, the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible and Scripture, so that all may be well with you, so that when this does happen, you may be able to discern just what will lie ahead. I hope this has been helpful for you. This is Truth Unveiled. Shalom.